everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's had a great week. Sorry, I was trying to turn on another camera, but it's not working. Hello, friends. How are you doing this evening? I hope you've had a great week. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and welcome to my live project this evening. And if you happen to be watching at a later time, welcome to my replay. If you would, when you hop on, tell me hi and that you are here, and tell me where you are watching, city, state, country. I'll be excited when I get my first international viewer, but hello, Mr. Jason. He's watching from the other side of the door. So tell me where you're watching from. Tell me hi in the comments. That's the only way I know that you're here. StreamYard only shows me the number of viewers. They don't show me who happens to be watching. The only way I know is if you say hi. Speaking of StreamYard, I am using an online platform called StreamYard that allows me to go live in 3 places this evening. So I am live on my Facebook page. I am live in my private Facebook group. I'm also live on my YouTube channel. So if you hear me refer to someone's comment that you don't see in your feed, they may be watching on a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private group, the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab, make sure you give StreamYard permission by clicking the link in the description of the video. That gives StreamYard permission to use your name in the comments. That way you don't show up in my comments as Facebook user. I know who I can say hi to. So I hope everyone has had a great week. Happy Friday. Also, if you look down in the ticker right there, it is a Friday giveaway this evening, so I will be doing a live drawing at the end of this video. The giveaway will end at the end of the live broadcast, but to enter, you need to put in hashtag #OhMyFriday, just like it's written. It's going to come across the ticker in a little bit, but it is case sensitive, so make sure you capitalize and not capitalize as it shows. So right there, the hashtag #OhMyFriday, that will enter you into the Happy Mail drawing at the end of the video. Hello, Miss Amanda. How are you doing this evening? So I think that is all of my housekeeping for now. I do want to apologize off the get-go. This transfer making a list is retired. I purchased it last year and I did not ever get to use it. It's super cute once it's finished. It doesn't look really cute right now, but it is in pieces. And I just wanted to make a project. I see that Justine is on. Hello, how are you? Amanda has been entered into the giveaway. Justine, if you're just hopping on Fridays, I do a Happy Mail giveaway. So in the comments, you need to put, and it'll be in the ticker coming up down here, coming across right about now. It says comment hashtag #OhMyFriday, and it is case sensitive, so make sure you capitalize where needed and not capitalize where needed. So put hashtag #OhMyFriday and you'll be entered to win the Happy Mail that I will be drawing for at the end of the video. You do need to be present at the end of the video to win, and good luck and good crafting. Okay, so we're using Couture products this evening. This is a reusable silkscreen transfer. It is, you can get about 8 to 12 uses out of it, depending on how well you take care of it. Just you say you're a designer. No, I don't mind. I don't mind a bit. Not all of my Happy Mail giveaways are Couture related, so you might get something that you may not get elsewhere. So you're more than welcome to enter, but thanks for letting me know. So this is a reusable silkscreen transfer, reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how you take care of it. So I am going to put the name of it on the back. That way, when I'm going to clean up my mess later this evening, I know if I'm using multiple transfers, I know that this transfer goes on this backer sheet and that this is the back. You'll also notice that there are cutting lines. So you're welcome to use a pair of scissors and just cut through your backer sheet. However, I like to keep my backer sheet intact. So I'm just going to pull up a portion of the transfer And I'm going to put my transfer trimmers, but you can use regular scissors as well. And I'm just going to score along that line. That way my backer sheet still stays intact and it's a few less loose parts when I am cleaning up and trying to figure out what goes where. So I'm just scoring along those cut lines with my scissors. Just so you can see it. Just kind of sometimes just kind of roll the transfer up. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put ho, ho, ho here. That way I know it goes there. There's snowflakes there. On some of these larger transfers that have multiple pieces. This one is number 2. I like to put what they are. That way I kind of know where they go. And then that one is Santa. Okay. So I am going to put this to the side for right now because Amanda says, have you ever messed up a transfer trying to cut it? No, not trying to cut it. I have messed up. Well, I haven't ever truly messed up a transfer. I have folded it in on itself. If you do that, don't panic. You just have to run it to some water, lukewarm, cold water, and then get it really wet. And as you're running it under the water, just pull it gently apart and it should be fine. But I haven't ever cut one apart on accident. So no, I haven't actually. The only time that one of my transfers has been ruined is when I used to use a heat embossing tool. One of my class participants was using the heat tool, and she didn't put the heat source on the transfer, but she didn't let her canvas come to room temperature before she put the transfer back down, and it was hot and it melted. It kind of bubbled up the transfer a bit, but not. That was the only one that I've ever had ruined. So no, sorry. Short answer into a very long answer. So we're going to be making a reverse canvas tonight, and so this is what we're working with, just a standard stretched canvas. And I'm going to show you kind of how I deconstruct my canvases, just so you can see the process. I know I've done them before, but we have some new peeps that watch later. They can see how I do it. I just take a box knife and I just cut along these staples. I don't try to remove them. They're almost impossible to remove. But I just cut near the staples, just a small little slit. And I kind of cut into the corners because those can be kind of boogers to get to. And sorry, it's going to be kind of tedious, but I just want to show you real quick. And you can actually even just cut straight down. It might be easier that way. Just cut close to the staples. And you can cut all the way. It doesn't have to be perfect or straight. You'll fix it in the end. And if you cut into the back of the wood, you won't see it. Already gotten that side? Yep. Okay. So I've got all of the staples cut around. So you just end up, you just pull it up and it comes up pretty easy. The corners can get a little tricky. You have to do a little bit more sawing usually. So I just grab my box knife and kind of hacksaw at the corners. But it pulls up really easy. I just leave the staples in. You're not going to see them once you're done. And so on these corners, you just hacksaw a little more. That's about the only tricky part are these corners, but pull that away. This corner released. So make sure, if you can, share the video, spread the chalk love around Facebook for me, mash that heart button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way, if Facebook ever gets really wonky, you can go watch me live on YouTube. Okay, so we have our clean frame. And so this will be the front of our frame. So you can paint it, you can stain it, distress it. Add wood, those little split wood beads would be really pretty around the edge. So this is our frame. So then once we get our canvas, once you get this painted and you're ready to reattach the transfer or the canvas, gosh, I can't. My brain doesn't always connect with my head very well. So then I just cut along. You can kind of see there's one fold line and then there's the second fold line. I usually use a rotary cutter, but tonight we'll just use scissors. And I'm not going for perfection right now. I'm just getting all this raggedy edge off for right now. Everyone have a great week. Got any big plans for the weekend? If you have kiddos, do you have all their costumes finished? If you've made them or bought them? Have you experienced the Halloween candy shortage? We still don't have any Halloween candy. I hope we can find some tomorrow. Okay, so we're left with our canvas. And I kind of just dry fit it. And you can use either side. There's a cream canvasy side, and then there's a partially treated white side. I'll probably end up painting this. This was in my stash and it got scratched up quite a bit, so I'll probably paint it black. But I just kind of dry fit it, and then I'll trim it some more. I do prefer using a rotary blade because I can get a really straight edge. Oops, cut a little too much of that off. I try to leave enough canvas to where I can cover up most of my staples. I might have trimmed that a little too short, but we can fix it. You can always add some ribbon around. Okay, so now that we have this deconstructed, I'm actually going to use a different canvas that I had already deconstructed. So I love these black canvases, and I get them at my local big box craft store. Amanda says it was a week of Mondays here. We do have costumes ready to go for tomorrow evening, and we're staying home Sunday since the kids don't know. So your Halloween is tomorrow. Justine, I've been seeing on Instagram stories where some stores are completely wiped out of Halloween candy. So yeah, I don't know. Heaven forbid there should be a candy shortage. Okay, so I'm just going to trim around this one because I hadn't done that yet. I'm just kind of following the fold lines. And if I'm not making any sense, feel free to ask questions. I don't always explain things very well. These black canvases, I've said earlier, they're my favorite to use. They don't have as much texture as the white canvases. I don't know what it is about them, but they're my favorite to chalk on. Okay, so we have this ready to go. So what I'm going to do, so this is going to end up going on the back. So I wanted the front of the canvas to show through the front side. So I'm just kind of fitting it for right now. In fact, I'm going to tape it a little bit just so it stays put when I flip it. Some people staple theirs on before they chalk. I prefer to do it after. There's a few more steps when you choose to staple it afterwards. I think we'll staple it afterwards. Maybe we won't. I'm going to go ahead and staple it just so I don't boo-boo. Okay. Never mind. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. So I just have a staple gun here. And I'm going to lay down a towel to kind of help muffle. Hey, Katie. Welcome to my live. It's a Friday giveaway this evening, so make sure you put in hashtag #OhMyFriday, just like it says right there. Remember, it's case sensitive. Okay, so I just use a staple gun, and I do one side at a time. So, and I kind of feel there's the edge of the frame, and I try to get as close to the frame as possible. So I'm going to do one staple there, and then I'm going to flip it around. And then I'm going to pull it straight across from that other staple, feeling for the edge of the canvas. I'm going to staple it again. You want to get as close to the edge as you can, but not go through the edge of the canvas or the frame. So sometimes I kind of feel underneath to see if I've gone through the frame. Okay, so now I'm going to pull straight across from that staple, and I'm going to feel for the edge. I'm going to lay down put in another staple. And then I'm going to go to the corners. And so then I pull diagonally. And I did forget to tell you, these black frames are a little different. They aren't stapled all the way around. They're just stapled at the four corners. And then they have a cord, kind of like a plastic caulking cord that goes through there. So I usually just kind of cut it with my box knife, and then I use a pair of scissors to pry that cording out. And then once you release the canvas from these four staples, it comes right off. So that's what this little gap is for. So the black canvases are a little different. Okay, so I'm going to pull on this corner, put a couple staples in for right now. Amanda says, sorry, I may have missed it, but do you ever paint it before attaching? I'm going to have to paint that white one because it's all scratched up. I don't even know what I did with, oh, it's down here. Like it's scratched from being stored, so I will have to paint this one. And actually, the white ones have a lot more texture. And so I may paint it to give it a smoother texture because I have a tendency, my transfer and my chalk paste has a tendency to bleed when I use the white ones, but they don't so much when I use the black ones. Sorry. Making a very short answer longer. Yes, I have painted them. Would it be easier without the frame in the way? To paint the I would, if you're going to paint the canvas, is that what you're asking? I would paint the canvas before you would reattach it back to the frame. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, it would be easier to paint it without the frame attached. So then once I do the edges and then the four corners, I just fill in between my staples. And again, kind of fill for the edge. Ooh, I got pretty close on that one. Sorry if it's a little loud. I bet I went through on that one. Nope. And if you don't like all these staples showing, which I don't ever look at the back of mine, you could cover it with like butcher paper, or you could run some ribbon around to help hide the staples. But I've never, people buy them from my booth, and I've never heard them say anything bad about the staples. And I love to make reverse canvas because these are fairly inexpensive. The black ones, they go on sale every couple of weeks at the store that I like to buy them at. And so I think they're like $3 or $4 a piece for this size. And they have sizes all the way from like 5x7 to 18x24. Okay. I didn't go through any of it. Okay, so we've got that attached. So you no longer hear the terrible sounds of a staple gun. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so now we can bring our transfer back in. And this transfer is numbered, so this piece is first, this one is second, and this one is third, and this adds his face. So we'll lay this one down first. And on these larger transfers, and actually most of the transfers, I like to peel the backer sheet away from the transfer. That way there's less likely of a chance of it folding in on itself. Because actually I'm not going to fuzz. Because I'm using this on a canvas, I'm not going to fuzz it. I want it as sticky as possible so it'll stay adhered to my canvas. One of the reasons that I like to chalk on the canvas before I frame it is that way if I get it uneven, I can kind of align it on the back to make it even. This way you have to try a little bit harder to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, instead of fighting it, I'm just going to trim it just a tad. I'm just going to take a little bit off the sides just so that it'll fit. So no use in fighting it. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. Now I'm sure I probably got all sorts of junk on the back. Okay, now at least we won't have the edges to fight with. And it's just barely going to fit in there. So I'm going to pull it just a tad. No, I got it too far down. Go down a little farther. I've got it crooked. I'd like to get it down. I think that's good. We're just going to go with it. It's up a little higher than I would prefer, but okay. I'm actually going to pull up. Nope, I'm not. I know what I need to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do all of this white. And I'm just going to use plain white. So I'm just going to use my squeegee. I'm going to dip it into my chalk paste, which is this is just a liquid form of chalk. It dries hard. It is water soluble on most surfaces. However, on canvas, it is not reusable. And I've got a big old gunk. So I just have my paste on my squeegee. And I'm going to pull it down the silk screen area. We're doing the words. We're doing the fur to his hat. There's the ball to his hat. I'm going to turn off my fan so it doesn't dry out my paste. Forgot to make sure that was all stuck down and didn't have any air bubbles. So I'm just kind of evening out my lines. I kind of do that as I go. I'm going to flip this around just so I can get down into the edge of the transfer. And this is the new formula paste. New paste formula. So I have a little bit more work time. So I should be able to do the whole thing without it drying. I'm just kind of pulling up my excess, smoothing out my lines. And I'm putting the excess back in the jar. Now I'm going to pull gently because if I missed a spot, that is super sticky. Then I can put it back on. I can lay it back down. Oh, I forgot about those registration marks. Let's see if I can get those off. I forgot. It had registration marks to line up things. So I got to see if I can get that off real quick. Because it made a boo-boo. But I probably... could cover it up with a snowflake. Andy says she really likes this. There's something about white chalk on a black surface that it's just yummy. And then canvases are fairly forgiving. Like I was able to wipe that off and you can't even hardly tell. That is one of even the white ones. There might be a little bit of staining if you have to wipe something off, but they're pretty forgiving too. Okay, so let's dry this. Well, if you really, really like it, you have a couple of options, Amanda. It will be for sale. This one will be for sale at CJ's starting tomorrow-ish or next weekend. Or you could make one at a class that I hope to have in November. And I could teach you how to make a reverse canvas. Okay. I'm not going to totally dry that because I want to clean my transfer. It's a lot easier to clean your transfers as you go. Plus, I just like showing you how easy it is. Yeah, I need to get your cup holder done. I've ordered another one. I just have to get it done. That's on my list of things to do. Keep reminding me. Okay, so normally I just run these underwater at my utility sink, but it's on the other side of the wall and I can't get to it right now. So I just have a tub of water. So I kind of just scrub it on the bottom of the tub if I'm doing it this way, and it kind of helps scrub it for me. I've got it front side down, and see it's already gotten most of the paste off for me. I'm going to set that aside. And then I have my board eraser here. I highly recommend every time you order, add on a package of board erasers. I think they're $2.99 for a package of 2. These not only clean your boards, but they clean your transfers. And it works really well to get all of the paste off of your transfers. Jason says it looks like Thea's hitting the heart button. Man, I sure wish I could see that. I guess I could pull it up on my phone. Thanks, Thea, for all the hearts. I appreciate that. Okay, so now I've got it sticky side up. And I'm just going to take a disinfecting wipe. And I'm going to wipe down the back. And this kind of helps get off all of, if I had fuzzed it, it helps get up all of the lint. It helps get up all of the stuff that I probably got on it when I had it on my cutting mat. It probably also pulled up some of the texture of the canvas. So we're just getting that all clean. So then I'm just going to bring my backer sheet back in. And because I'm notorious for leaving my transfers out to dry overnight, over a week, I've been trying to get into the habit of putting them right back on the backer sheet. It's still a little damp, but it'll dry super quick. And since I trimmed it, it fits a little better. Okay, so that piece is ready to go. If I get it put back on right. Don't worry about that later. Okay, so I'm going to put my towel back to dry. Let's pull our canvas back in. It's still a little wet. Get some of this stuff out of my way. How's everybody doing out there? So it looks like, I may have to pull the picture back up. While I'm drying this, I'm going to pull up the picture. If I can find it. Easier to Google it. So this is sometimes when I want to find an example, and I know Amanda's done this too, you can Google the transfer name, like I'll put making a list, comma, then Couture into my browser, and it'll pull up all sorts of, and then I hit images. Let's see if it'll, and so see, then it pulls up all sorts of, and so that first one is kind of our example. Okay, so it looks like the second piece is going to be his eyebrows, his nose, and his mouth. So maybe his eyebrows black and his nose red and his mouth red. And his hat is also red. I don't know about that red nose. Because then the third piece has his face and his leg. I have to think about that a little bit. Oh, they did the words in red, but I think I like them better in white. Okay. So we'll pull this second piece up. And if I would have been thinking, you know, I mentioned the registration marks. When I laid the first transfer down, I could have pulled it back up and kind of eyeballed where those registration marks were. And I could have put a piece of placement tape down here. And so I could have still marked the registration marks, but it wouldn't have gotten on my canvas. So when I was done lining everything up with those registration marks, I just pull my tape off. So I still can use the registration marks, but it doesn't show up permanently on my surface, if that makes sense. On a chalkboard, it's easier. You can just erase those registration marks when you're done, but here, not so much, not on a canvas. So I'm just going to use the design, which is really easy to do, to help line everything up. Pooper scooper, I should have. I think I am going to, hopefully, please don't pull up. Please don't pull up. I should have probably fuzzed this. It may not pull up because it's a canvas, but I'm still going to fuzz it anyway because I don't, this one is super sticky. So I'm just fuzzing this mainly because I'm putting it down over paste that I've already applied. And I mainly just want to get these green parts on the edge. So hopefully that's enough. We shall see. And there went my transfer. I'll have to go rescue it later. So I can see through this transfer to see where I need to put it. I need to wash my fuzz towel. Good grief. Okay, so I'm just going to rub where those designs are. Okay, so we're going to get out our red, and unfortunately, shimmer, crimson, and red are sold out right now. I did read online, however, that you can mix a magenta and a yellow together to make red. I was going to try it, but I don't know if I'm that adventurous because I stink at color mixing. I forgot to grab black for his eyebrows. Okay, so let's chalk his hat and his nose and his mouth. And I just pulled out a smaller squeegee. And this one is just one of the small squeegees that I cut in half to get a smaller squeegee. So this is Candy Apple. So I'm just going to pull it down the silk screen of his hat, being careful not to go too far and get into his eyebrow. How y'all doing? Anybody have any questions? Okay. And we'll come down here and we'll do his mouth. I'm still not, I don't know about that red nose. I guess he is kind of, then they say something about a rosy, maybe it says rosy cheeks. Oh, well. They did it in the picture, so we'll do it here too. Okay, so there's the red. Oops. Get it a little more even. And then let's pull out a multi-tool for his eyebrows. I just want a little tiny bit, so I'm just using the multi-tool. It's just a small squeegee on one end and a stirring squeegee on the other. Got a little bit of black on his nose. Thank you, Justine. Okay, so cross your fingers. I don't think it'll pull up any paste, but I don't want to find out the hard way. Oh, I forgot his eyebrows wouldn't show. But I may... Actually, they will show because we have to put his... I forgot about his face. So I've just got that in my water hanging out. I'm going to dry this just enough to move it. So here's what he looks like so far. We'll put his face on next. And you can choose whatever skin tone you prefer. I'll tell you, these black canvases are a dream to chalk on. Okay, so I'm going to stick that. I'm just going to stick it over here. Let's clean this one off. And red is a very highly pigmented chalk paste color. So I'll warn you, this one may stain a little bit. And that's fine. It doesn't affect the function of the transfer. It's just some colors that are highly pigmented, like greens, reds, blacks, they will stain. Hello, Renee. How are you this evening? Where are you watching from? And Justine, tell me where you're watching from as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just cleaning this reusable silkscreen transfer. So I put it in my water. I used the board eraser. I was able to remove all of the paste, and it just stained a little bit. So then I'm going to take my disinfectant wipe that I used. Renee's from Kentucky and Justine is from Arizona. Where at in Kentucky and where at in Arizona? I'm actually in central Kansas, and my boss is formerly from Owensboro, Kentucky. In fact, his mom still lives there. So I hear a lot about Kentucky. So I'm just wiping off the back of the transfer. I did fuzz it, so I wanted to remove. So Western Kentucky, so you're close to Tennessee. Oh, I forgot. I lost my transfer. I have to go get my transfer. It fell on the floor. And hopefully I don't knock 4 things over trying to get it. Okay, I found it. And you're in Southwest Arizona. I'm not as familiar with Arizona. I know where I've been to Chandler, Arizona before. My parents have friends that live there. Sorry, my son's texting me from work. Okay, so I'm just going to put that back on the backer sheet since I have washed it, so it's ready to be stored away. We are, if you're new here and if you are hopping on late, this is a Couture silkscreen reusable transfer. This is, however, a retired transfer. It's a design from last year. I never had a chance to use it, and I really wanted to make something. So we're making something with it. And I've deconstructed a stretched canvas. So I have put the canvas on the back, and I've used the frame from the stretched canvas as the outer frame. So I painted it, I've sanded it a little. Renee says yes. So you're from Western Kentucky, closer to Tennessee. And so just Renee, are you in Paducah? Is that in Western Kentucky? I have been there. And Justine says it's east of Chandler, about an hour or so. Cool. So these are sticky back transfers. Normally I don't fuzz if I'm doing a canvas project, but because I've already laid down paste, I don't want the sticky part of the transfer to maybe pull up the paste. I don't think that would happen on canvas, but I don't really want to take a chance with that. So I'm just putting it on a terry cloth towel to put some lint on it so it's not so sticky. Okay, so this is his face, his lip. So we've got his face here, his lip, and just some decoration for his hat. So I want to line up his eyebrows. Oh, those must be his eyes. Okay. You know what? I may go back in and make his eyes blue. I can see through this transfer, so I'm just going to lay his eyebrows and his eyes. I'm going to lay the negative part of his eyebrow and his eyes on top of what I've already chopped. Except for I didn't get it straight. These transfers do have registration marks, but you can, because I'm using black and white on black, it's very easy to see through this particular transfer. Okay, so now, and I forgot to pull out a flesh tone. So Renee says she's about 45 miles from Paducah. I'm from central Kansas. I'm in Salina, Kansas. We are an hour north of Wichita. We're about 3 hours west of Kansas City. So this is what we're making. Making a list, checking it twice. So I'm doing the face portion right now. So I need to grab a flesh tone. And if you don't have a flesh tone, you can always make one with brown or white. Thank you. So I'm using almond. I'm not for sure what the current color would be, but I can tell you some of my colors are older. Dune would be the current color that's in the catalog right now. So Dune would be a flesh tone. You could also use camel, or you could use any color of flesh tone that you would like. You'd have to mix some, but you can mix different colors to get different flesh tones. So I'm going to grab a mini squeegee. I'm just going to dip this one in the chalk paste. This one needs a bit of water. This one is definitely an old formula, but actually with canvases, I prefer a thicker paste. They don't bleed as easy. So I'm just sticking the excess back in my jar. And then I'm going to quickly get out the white and do the elements in his hat. Actually, know what? Nope. This is Shimmer Frost. I want to save that for the snowflakes. Peachy Keen. It might be a bit too pink or peachy, although my Peachy Keen faded over time. So if yours is like mine and kind of faded, it kind of lost its peachy color, kind of turned to a drab pink. It might work for like a cheek color if you wanted to give him some rosy cheeks, but I think it might be. But you might be able to add some white to your Peachy Keen and make it a little less pink and orange toned. Okay, let's see what this guy looks like. I'm going to pull it up gently. Oh no, you can see his eyes now. He looks super cute. So you can see his eyes since he's on a black chalkboard. So I'm just going to dry this really quick just so that I start the drying process. And then we'll watch that other transfer. Thank you, Katie. We'll add a few more little embellishments and then he'll be super cute. Thanks, Amanda. He doesn't look like much, just flat on the transfer. But when you put all of his pieces together, he's super cute. That's kind of why I got him, but I never made time to make him last year. Okay, so here's one of our last pieces. We do have some, I'm going to add some snowflakes. But again, I'm just rubbing it on the bottom of my bucket, but you can run these under your sink faucet very easily. I'm just going to grab my board eraser, move this out of the way so you guys can see. And I'm just wiping off the chalk paste from the front. And then I'm going to use my my disinfectant wipe and try to get some of that fuzz off of the back. And then I'll bring my backer sheet back in. And then I didn't get him very clean, but he may just be stained. Again, some colors will stain, black, reds. Those stain pretty easy. Okay, now let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Now we're going to do a little bit of color mixing. Let's put my towel back. I'm going to add some snowflakes, but I want to give it a little bit of a retro look. So I'm going to get a color tray. And I'm going to get some stir sticks. And sadly, Shimmer Frost is also out of stock right now. So is Shimmer Silver. But I'm going to take Couture Teal and mix a little bit of Shimmer Frost to make a sparkly teal color for our snowflakes. I don't think I'm going to need that much, but yeah. So I'm just adding some teal to my color tray. I'm going to add some shimmer frost. Thanks, Jason. I may have to make us one so I can keep it here. And I'm going to add in some shimmer frost. And a little more. And then I'm going to mix the two together, and it's going to add a little bit of sparkle to that Couture teal. And it also might lighten it a bit so it won't be so harsh. I might add in, I want a little more sparkle than that. So let's add a little bit more. Thanks, Justine. I love to mix the shimmer frost and the shimmer silver with the regular colors. I did that with orange at Halloween when shimmer pumpkin was out of stock. I've also done it with ink. I used the Mary transfer from last year and made a shirt, but I put shimmer silver ink in with white, and so it gave it a little bit of a sparkle. Let's add a little more. I should probably use shimmer silver, but we'll use the white or the frost. I made way too much, but so now I have to come up with another project. Okay, so I'm going to bring the transfer back in because I have these snowflakes. I could have a 30-foot table and still run out of room. Let's pull up my picture again just so I can have a reference. Okay, so I see what they did. On one side, they put the larger snowflakes down here, and on this side, they put them on top. Sometimes you just need a good visual. So, I can see where the edge of the Santa is. I can see where his the ball for his hat is. I'm going to try not to press it down in here. In fact, I always keep, these are from when I used to pull my backer sheets apart, but I have since put them on larger backer sheets. So I have all these scraps. So I'm going to lay that scrap underneath where I've already chalked so that I don't accidentally pull all that up and so it doesn't stick hard. Okay. So let's grab another squeegee. We're just going to use our teal. I don't know if I don't necessarily need to fuzz. I prefer not to fuzz on canvas. The only reason I fuzzed up here was because I was layering. But I think I'll be okay since I have this scrap piece of backer. We'll see. So I'm just using my squeegee. And this, oh, it's so sparkly. I wish you guys could see this. It is super sparkly. This is the best kind of glitter because it's intact. It doesn't, although it does leave your transfers and your utility sink kind of sparkly. Okay, so Okay. Oops. I'm going to lay this down again. I'm not going to clean it. I'm going to put it this way. As long as I don't put it down, pull it up, put it down, pull it up, I should be okay. Because there isn't any on the back. I did a clean peel. I'm going to put it this way so that the light shines through it, so you can kind of see where everything goes. I'll lift this portion up. I'm just not going to get that little dot. So I'm just going to gently press it down because I don't want to ooze any paste where I don't want paste. So I'm just going to grab my squeegee again. So sometimes you can get 2 or 3, I guess in the stamping world you call them generations. So you can do it you can lay transfers down 2 or 3 times, sometimes little ones, before you have to clean it. So that's what I'm doing here. Thank you. If you are a designer and you're interested in this transfer, I would check out the ISO page, the In Search Of page, to see maybe if you can find it. Okay. Super cute. Oh boy, I've really boogered that one up. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down in the water. Let's dry these. I may have to add another one there. It's got a little bit of a blank spot right there. That's probably where the pom-pom goes. Okay. Thank you, Renee. He is super cute. Let's hold him up a little closer. So there he is. But we're not done yet. I have a few more little embellishments. Try to move some of this out of the way. Okay, so one more transfer to clean. I know this part's boring, but I really like to show how easy these transfers are to clean. Plus, I like cleaning them as soon as I use it. They're just easier to clean. I used to just leave them laying on over here to the side, and then I would clean them afterwards, and they would be so hard to clean, or harder, not harder than I would prefer. Let's just say that. And then I got to where I was spraying them with water, and then I would drip all the way to my sink. So it's just easier for me to clean it as I go. Plus, you can see how super easy they are to clean. Okay, put that out of the way. We're done with that. Let's put it back on the backer sheet. So you can see how sparkly. Oh, yeah, you can see all that sparkle. It will be forever glittery, but it is intact. It stays put. Okay, so we're done with the transfer. Put that back over in my stash. clean this up. Anybody else's cutting mat really dirty? Okay. I get this out of my way. I'm going to end up wearing it. Just throw those in the bucket. That's dirty. That's dirty. See, I'm already wearing it. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to embellish after I move this out of the way, because I will wear that one. So I have just some more scraps over here. I pulled out my baker's twine. I pulled out this little guy that I forgot to use last night. I have some bandana strip here. No, that's just lukewarm. If I'm at my sink, I'll use warmish water just because I don't like to stick my hands in really cold water. But over here, just in my bucket, it's just room temperature. It's been sitting out for a long time. Gosh, we've been live for over an hour. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. So I have some bandana strip here. I have a little buffalo plaid. I have some teal baker's twine. I have some black and white and red and white. And I thought it'd be super cute maybe to try one of these rusty jingle bells. Renee, have you seen anybody use Couture before? Are you a customer, potential customer? Are you a designer? Oh yeah, that's going to be cute. Okay, so let's move this junk out of the way. So I'm just going to that was terrible grammar. I'm going to cut these in half. These might be too big. I might actually cut it in half. I think that'll work. I'm going to use this piece too, just because these are the end pieces and they don't have a lot of print on them. I am notorious I love fabric strips. You watch one other person. Well, I'm glad that you're here tonight. I'm glad that you are watching. I'm just cutting little strips of ribbon. I'm just going to make a little a small messy bow, and I'm going to tie a jingle bell on, and then we'll hot glue all that together. Where did yep, okay, I've got them. Okay, so then we'll add, I think we'll add one of these. And I think we'll add some of this. So for this, I'm going to do my little bow thing. So I always keep a tail. And then I make the left loop. So if I want to make it small, the right loop. And I still have my tail down here. My left loop, my right loop. It's still too big. It's too big. Let's try that again. I got to think mini. Okay, right loop. This might be hard since it's smaller. Left loop, right loop. So I just go back and forth making little loops. And I usually do 3 or 4. Oops, that one's that one ended up really big. This is hard to do, little. Okay, that'll work. I think, let's add, nope, we'll leave it at 3, Robin. Okay, so I'm just going to just have one of these little clips right here because I don't want to lose that. That was too hard to do. Okay, so I'm going to, I might add in, I'm just going to use a little piece of this black and white twine. I'm going to put it up here so maybe you can see it. So I'm just going to lay down my ribbon in a kind of a crisscross pattern. And then, is that going to work? Yep. I'm going to lay that down there. And then I'm going to use the baker's twine to tie it all together. And we're just going to kind of cinch it up. Tie it really tight. Renee says it's been a while since you've watched. It wasn't very informative at the time. Well, I hope you've gotten a lot more information about Chop Couture. If you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I do go live. Usually I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:45 Central Time, and then Saturdays at 11. I was going live on Sundays, and I may squeeze one in here or there, depending on my schedule, but definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday morning. So yeah, feel free. I would love to have you come hang out with me. You can always join, if you're not a designer, you can join my crafty collab group. I post specials, weekly deals, games, sales, that kind of thing over in the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab. Amanda says, my stuff is always super cute. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to trim these because they're kind of distracting. So I'm just trimming off the tails of the teal. And I do give away Happy Mail every Friday during my live. I'm just going to, I think I'm going to tie the bow. I'm totally experimenting here. Oh, guys, that's super cute, if I don't say so myself. So yeah, feel free to search the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab, or if you type add me in the comments, I will go back after the live and I can put a link to my group under your comment. Okay, so here's, I mean, it won't win any beauty pageants, but I think it's cute. So here's our little bow and our little bell. So I am just going to grab my glue gun here if I don't knock everything down. It's the first time I've used my glue gun since I put up my new camera mount, which is so very fancy. It's not. It's just a closet clothes rack, but it works perfect. So I just put a glob of hot glue down. And I'm just going to press that down, hopefully. Hold that in a little bit. We'll put that way. I'm just going to hold that in. Renee, thank you. I will put that link down underneath your comment after the video is over. I don't think I added enough glue. Nope, I didn't. We will rectify that. Oops. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Jason. So there he is. He's all ready for Christmas Eve. Making a list and checking it twice with his little jingle bell. Super cute. Gosh. He's too cute. I just love Christmas. I'm so excited. Renee says, thank you. I love to craft when I have time. I do too. Yeah, I love to craft. It's about all, besides my husband and my family and my son, that's about all I think about. Okay. Let's get a few housekeeping details out of the way, and then we will do the giveaway. So let's take the ticker off. Don't forget, and let's see, if you notice my shirt, this is the Club Couture transfer for the month. Don't forget you have today, Saturday, and Sunday to join Club Couture for the month of October and get this Grateful transfer. It is an exclusive size B transfer that only club members or designers can get. As a club member, you get the transfer and you get 3 paste singles mailed to your mailbox every month. The paste singles this month are Camel, Papaya, and Shimmer Olive. It is $19.99 a month. Again, it comes directly to your mailbox. Free shipping for a minimum of a 3-month commitment. After the 3 months, you can cancel at any time. You get a free video how-to and a free PDF how-to with every DIY kit. You also, as a club member, get free shipping on any chalk site order. You get free shipping on Club Couture. You get $4.95 flat rate shipping on any additional chalk site order, which I sure wish I could get that $4.95 flat rate shipping. And then you also get special offers and deals throughout the month through Chalk Couture. The special this month is actually for any member, for any customer, any Club Couture member. Any of the Positive Vibes collection transfers that you see here are 50% off. They range from, there's a size A, a size B, a size C, and a size D transfer. Super cute animal prints. I have all of them except Fierce, so I'm excited to use those. There's a zebra, giraffe. There's a small leopard print. Also, if you were a club member last month and you earned the 25% off bounce back coupon, you can stack that 25% off bounce back coupon on top of the 50% off of these transfers. And that is a heck of a deal. As always, we have the starter kit available for $99. And if you join this month, I believe you still get the Countdown to Christmas kit for free, which is an added $40 value into your kit. If the $99 isn't in your budget right now, but you still want to be a designer, you can always sign up for the Business Basic Starter Kit for $19. You get the apron, the catalog, the Business Builder Transfer, and the Designer Guide. And then you can use not only your 40% off coupon, 40% off price as a designer, but you can also use a one-time use 15% off coupon to kind of build your own custom starter kit, which is a really great deal. Okay, so let me take that off. Let me share my screen. Are we ready for the giveaway? Is everyone entered? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So I want to share a tab, the giveaway. Looks like we have 4 entries. So that would be Justine, Renee, Amanda, and Katie. Are we ready? Drum roll, please. Oops. Okay, we're drawing. So who's going to be the winner this evening? It's Amanda. She wins again. So I owe her 2 Happy Mails, one for last week and one for this week. Just keep in mind, I do this every Friday, so make sure you tune in at 7:45 p.m. Central Time. Anybody have any questions? I don't know what that, are you dancing? I can't see what that emoji is. So anyway, I appreciate you so much for hanging out for almost an hour and a half. That is a lot of time to give up to watch me craft. If you have any questions about Chalk Couture, make sure you reach out to me. You could message me on my Facebook page. You can message me through Instagram. I'm also there as well. Oh, you're doing the happy dance. Renee and Justine both say congratulations. I say congratulations. I'll get with you on Sunday to get you your happy mail. So I will be live again tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Central. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And I hope one more comment came in. Justine's, oh, yeah. Good night. Good night, everybody. I'm going to find my ending video and I'm going to hop off. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And I will see you tomorrow morning.